If you have a profitable trading strategy, but you keep breaking it, it's not a discipline issue. It's because of how your brain is wired. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can rewire it for good. I had a profitable trader come to me for mentorship about 6 months ago, and he was incredibly frustrated with how he can't replicate the results he was once getting. With the previous strategy he was trading over that year, he made $200,000 from that trading strategy. And I asked him, why on earth would you change a strategy that's making you $200,000 a year? And even he couldn't give me a good answer. The truth is, it doesn't matter how good your trading strategy is. It can make you 200,000, it can make you 10 million, but if you don't have the proper mindset, you're not going to stick to that strategy. And the moment you make quite a bit of money, you're going to go off on a greed trip thinking you can make more, and you're going to change the very thing that got you the profits in the first place. And you're going to learn the lesson the hard way. So in this video, I want to give you the proper mental model and the pre and post mindset that you need to have in order to stick to your profitable trading strategy and in order to consistently pull payouts from the market. Now, before we get into it, I want you to comment below your biggest trading psychology challenge. I want to offer you some help. Now, trading can be so difficult because you need to think a little bit differently as a trader than you do through your day-to-day life. We need to embrace probabilistic thinking, which means that on every individual trade, you may not be profitable. And in fact, you have to have this almost counterintuitive thinking where taking a loss is actually a step closer to your end goal, meaning you truly need to embrace what it means to have an edge. And one of the best ways to do it, and I encourage you all to do this with a piece of paper and a pen while I'm running through this example, I want you to visualize your edge. Now that you've gone through the previous YouTube video that I posted and you've created your trading strategy and your trading edge, and you've done testing to find that it's actually profitable, you're going to have some data. You're going to know what your strike rate is. For example, in this example, I'm going to use a strike rate of 60%, and you're going to know what your average risk to reward is. For example, when I take a win, on average, I win 2 times more than what I lose. So a 60% strike rate, what that means visually is over 10 trades, I'm going to take 6 winners and 4 losers. Over 100 trades, I'm going to take 60 winners, 40 losers. I want you to visualize that. For each win, I'm going to have 2R or 2%, depending on how much I'm risking. And for each loss, it's going to be 1R or 1%. And I want you to visualize this and draw it out so you can have a more realistic expectation of how your trading is actually going to look. And I want you to draw it out over 10 trades and write down the outcome. Now, over 10 trades with a 60% strike rate, of a 2-to-1 risk to reward on average, you're going to have a loss, win, win, loss, win, win, loss, win, win. That is a realistic expectation on the sample space. And I want you to get really present with that and realize that to be profitable with my data, I'm not going to win every trade. And I don't need to win every trade to be profitable. And I may be sitting -2 in drawdown, but that's part of the edge. That's part of the sample space that's going to play out. And the end of all this sample space, despite some losses, I'm still going to end up profitable because that's what my edge states. And I want you to all write out your edge with the data you have and visualize it so you can manage your expectations. And you can realize that this current loss or these current losses are just compensating for future wins. And this current win is taking care of past losses to average out to give me my monthly average, my yearly average. And to get depressed over this loss is foolish. And to get elated over this win is foolish on the individual trade because they're just compensating for past and future wins and losses to give me my average return. And that's really the mentality I want you to have, that the outcome of the individual trade doesn't matter. What matters is sticking to my plan and my edge over a large sample space, and then I'm going to approximate my average return. Now, the way you do this is making sure you have a profitable strategy and a mechanical plan, like I covered in my previous video, and then embodying the pre and post trading mindset routines, which I'm just about to give you. So here is the bulletproof pre-trade routine. The goal of this is to ensure you stick to your trading plan and you don't deviate because of fear or greed. You see, if you're in a state of fear, if the market presents an opportunity according to your plan, you're not going to stick to it. You're not going to take it because you're scared of reliving a previous loss. If you're in greed and the market's not presenting opportunities, you're going to puff yourself up, you're going to exaggerate yourself, you're going to minimize risk in the market, you're going to take low quality trades that aren't part of your plan because you think the market's going to bend to your will. But if you're balanced and poised, you're only going to take setups that are higher quality according to your plan when the market presents it to you. That's the way you have consistent profitability. So at least 30 minutes before your trading session, I want you to pull out your trading plan and review it. And then go through the market and create a daily watch list. Go into TradingView and tag the potential opportunities for that day. Then, with your trading plan in mind, you need to forecast your daily trades and opportunities. You want to be prepared for what opportunities are going to come your way potentially that day in alignment with your plan. And literally draw them out and put alerts on the charts. 15 minutes before your session, I want you to go in there and do a 10-minute guided meditation. Use Headspace or any one of the free apps to do a 10-minute guided meditation. Balance your mind, poise your mind. Anything that's running in your mind, become aware of it and let it go. And then just before your trading session, I want you to do a 5-minute one-to-one breathing exercise. Breathe in for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds. Breathe out for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds. And continue to repeat that, because when you balance your breath, you balance your mind. And this will put you in the best primed state to come to the market and trade objectively. Now, prior to every single trading decision, this is your entry, this is you trailing your stop loss, this is you setting a take profit or taking partials. Before every single one of your trading decisions, you want to complete the Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset 2.0 tool, which is a completely free tool, link in the description if you don't already have it. And I want you to complete a line of that to become aware of your expectations, to ground your expectations, and to adhere to your trading plan, to ensure that you're making decisions in alignment with your plan and not based on the fantasy you're creating in the virtual market in your own head and projecting onto the market. And then before every single trade, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to visualize the trade tagging you into your entry point, and then it hitting your stop loss is the first visualization, and you being unfazed by that outcome because you took the trade that aligned with your trading plan. So you made the correct decision on that trade, irrespective of the loss and whether that trade was a loss or a win, it doesn't matter. And then I want you to do another visualization of being tagged into the trade and it taking you out for profit, and you again being unfazed by the outcome because you know you stuck to your trading plan. This pre-trade routine will put you in the best primed state and the best mentality to ensure you're sticking to your trading plan. And irrespective of the outcome, you've stuck to your plan. And then after that trading day, you need a way to detach and reset. Because if you took a win and you're really puffed up that day, that's going to carry over into your relationships, into business, into your health. And that's going to lead to poor decisions in that state. And I've been in many situations where I've been too puffed up and arrogant from my trading and then came into my relationships and said things I shouldn't have said and hurt people and done all that type of stuff because I'm really puffed up. Or it's going to carry into your next trading day and you're going to be really puffed up, talking down to the market, forcing low quality setups into the market because of a previous good trading day, and you're going to give all your profits back. Or if you took a loss that day and you're in a state of shame, self-minimization, you're going to come the next trading day and you're not going to take opportunities when they're presented to you because of fear. So you need to learn how to manage your pride and shame after a winning or losing trading day so you can get back to a state of equilibrium, so you can show up the next day and you can stick to your plan. And what you need to do is, if you're in a state of pride and self-exaggeration after a win, you need to humble yourself. You need to remind yourself of your shortfalls, what you've missed out on, what risks are now presented in the market, what drawbacks to those wins are. And you need to remind yourself that last time you took a big win, you deviated from your plan, you gave it all back the next day. You need to remind yourself that last time you took a big win, you became complacent. You stopped doing what got you there in the first place. You remember the last time you took a big win, you deviated from your plan, you minimized risks in the market, you minimized the importance of your plan, and you started talking down on the market and took losses. So you need to humble yourself after these big wins. And then if you took a loss, you need to rebuild yourself and find the benefits and the services and lift yourself and remind yourself that last time you took a loss, it made you aware of certain refinements to your processes and holes in your processes that you're missing out on. It made you focus more and raise the value of your trading plan. So now when you come back to the market, you're focused on A-grade setups, and it adhered to your long-term processes. And last time you took a loss in the market, it made you more open and teachable, and you learned a new lesson that was essential for your growth. So as traders, we need to learn how to manage ourselves, the pride and shame, so that we can come back the next day and stick to our trading plan. It's as simple as that. And after you've done that and you've reminded yourself to humble yourself or to lift yourself back to that state of equilibrium, you want to do another 10-minute guided meditation to clear the mind, and then prioritize a good night's sleep. A good night's sleep helps equilibrate the charges left in your mind, and it helps address some emotional charges that you have so that the next day you can be fresh and you can stick to your trading plan. So traders, this is the pre and post trading mindset to help you embrace probabilistic thinking, to stick to your trading plan and have consistent profitability as a result. If you don't already have the Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset tool, make sure you download that and implement it into your pre-trade routine. That's going to address any of the charges that take you away from your trading plan and adhere you to your trading plan. If you found this useful, make sure you like and subscribe. It tells YouTube it's valuable content. It pushes it out to more people. It also keeps you up to date with my most recent releases so you don't miss anything.